All right, let's talk about a game no one's staying away for. Let's turn our attention to college football, the national championship game. Number 3, Clemson against number 1, LSU.
Just a reminder, don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube page and hit the bell if you want notifications every time we post a new video.
And we have a special for you. You can get an annual pass. That's right. Choose a capper. Tony T, Joe Duffy, Triple B, Craig Trapp, who else? Sean Higgs, Chip Chirimbus, whoever you want. $9.99. All their picks the entire year. But if you want to choose 2 of them, because you know they get lonely by themselves, it's $14.99 for the entire year for their expert picks. Bet with the best sporting intelligence you can get. You're going to get it at Picks and Parlays. The Tigers perfect 14-0. They did squeak by Ohio State, and I think a lot of people underestimating them for that, but that's just my opinion. That was 29-23 in the Fiesta Bowl. Look, they're 25-0 straight up. They're 19-6 against the spread every time Trevor Lawrence starts. They're the top-ranked defense in college football. They've allowed the fewest points per game in the NCAA. And let's not forget, still one more college football game to go here. So we're all happy. The LSU Tigers, 14-0, 9-3-2 against the spread. They blew apart Oklahoma in the Peach Bowl. Of course, Joe Burrow, a man that proved he can score 7 touchdowns in one half, which is pretty damn impressive if you ask me. I was certainly duly impressed, and it is noted. They're averaging 48.9 points per game, the most in the NCAA. Look, this is the best defense against the best offense, but I have to ask you, LSU 5-point favorites, total 69.5. Are the media, the pundits, and the bookmakers underestimating Clemson and their desire to repeat?
I do think so. Look, they seem to be forgetting Clemson. They're the defending national champions, and they are undefeated. But, forget about the media, which I like to do. In reality, this is pretty shocking. I've said many times, we all know the public loves to bet favorites. That's not exactly a secret, but
that's what makes them favorites.
The notable exception, yes, they definitely love to bet favorites. But the notable exception is when you have quality underdogs. In the postseason, in every single sport, all of a sudden they do like underdogs. So the fact that 74% of the bets, with the game's been up this, 74% of the bets are on LSU, 79% of the money is on them. That is very, very substantial, especially for a game, that's not expected to be a mismatch. Because like I said, this is a situation where often the public likes the underdog. Can't ignore it. We talked about it before. This is not a neutral game. LSU only traveling 73 miles, Clemson 534. But of course, with the 2 weeks off, you could argue that the travel's not so much a situation there, but it'll be a little bit more of a home field advantage for LSU. Fading teams that are on a 29 or more game winning streak are actually only 7-12 against the spread. Now, my database does include Division I AA. If you limit it just to Division I, it would be 5-9. They would be. And the thing is, it would apply to fading North Dakota State as well in the Division I AA national championship game, for those of you who like to bet it. Anyway, also teams on at least a 25-game winning streak or a go against a 41-21. So that would say to bet on LSU. We all know about how good these quarterbacks are, and I'm going to play the over in the first quarter because in no small part, I don't see why there's any reason for either one of these teams to feel each other out. Normally to stop these teams, you'd want to keep them off of the field, but the strength of both of these teams is their spectacular offense. I know you mentioned Clemson's defense. It did help that they were going against, a so-so ACC opponents this year, but both of these teams are loaded on offense. 2 Heisman Trophy winning quarterbacks. I think they're going to come out it's going to be like an Aaron Pryor fight. You're old enough to remember Aaron Pryor. I think they're just going to run to the center of the ring, come out swinging. No reason for either team to feel them out. No reason for the strategy to be, let's, control the clock. I think over the 16.5 in the first quarter is going to be a great bet. You're going to see, I wouldn't be surprised if both teams both teams get a touchdown on their first possession. They won't be conservative at all.
All right, Joe Duffy, thank you so much. We'll take it there. It's going to be a brawl for the national championship game. You heard it. And take the over in the first quarter.